Welcome back to the channel. We're going to go over 3 brutal truths and a conclusion at the end as to why women wreck relationships. Especially today, because it's just crazy. It's crazy. Everywhere you go, bro, someone's experiencing some crazy situation with some female, and it's like, what happened to the world? What happened to women? Are y'all okay? Is y'all good? It's insane. Bro, when you see, before I get into this, because I have some notes written down here in my phone for this topic specifically. When you see the look of the face on some females on social media, bro, you can see the complete and utter disgust and pain and just this loopy look about them. It's this dumbfounded, loopy, weird look. Damage. Like you can just see damage like in them. Some of these girls, bro, there's like 20, 21-year-old girls. They're dating like 40-some-year-old men that are fucking overweight. And it's like, what happened? And you guys should see a picture of them together. Like, this is an example. This is something I came across. It just pops on your feed and it's like, what is this? Bro, you can see the female. It's like, you can tell she's supposed to be something completely different than she currently is. That's the state of this messed up world that we're in today. Like, so many people are so damaged. They are so far away from their potential. It's just insane. Like how off they are. And that's why all this mental health stuff is going on. So many people are getting screwed over because no one is themselves anymore. It's just insane. And as someone who is themselves and who does a lot of work on thyself, you make a good spectator for all the crazy stuff that's going on. And you can make sense of this chaotic world, like I can. So, reason number 1 as to why women wreck relationships, and these are 3 brutal truths men cannot ignore. The first one is easy. The second and the third one is even more in depth, but this one is an easy go. It is disrespect. Is the number 1 probably factor as to why women wreck relationships. Out of nowhere, disrespect can occur. And it has nothing to do with you being not a good enough man, majority of the time. You're probably dealing with a very damaged woman. And a damaged woman will destroy a healed, fully capable, masculine, high-value man. That is facts. That's if you let her in. But here's the crazy thing. Some of these women can pose like they're everything that you want. That's the scary part. A lot of these modern women, bro, they have a hell of a mask. They are masking it. They have a hell of a mask. That's why you have to vet these women, bro, over time. You have to understand who you're dealing with. A huge red flag in women, before I get into this, is extreme defensiveness. If there's something you don't like about her, if there's something that's going on, and you tell her about something, and it's just like a tiny disagreement towards her about something, and she's super defensive, and she like wants to get away from the fact that you just said that or you think that or whatever. And these women are getting super defensive and they're like angry to the point they think you're provoking them. You're not provoking them. You're just saying things like they are. They just hate it because they don't want to hear it because it's something negative about them, but it's the truth. It's something that's the truth, but it's about them, and that's why they hate it so much. That's a huge red flag in women, by the way. If y'all notice something about a woman that you don't like, and she doesn't like that you don't like it because it hurts the image she's trying to put on, red flag, man. Red flag. She should own that. That's what a confident woman would do. You might not like every single thing about a person, nor do you have to. Somebody who is confident is going to own it. They're not going to get defensive about it and, oh my God, provoking me and all this stuff. No, you're not. You're just telling the truth. You might not like something about them, and it is what it is. But anyways, the first brutal truth men cannot ignore is disrespect from a woman. A woman who disrespects her man, constantly testing him, challenging his authority, or belittling him, plants the seeds of her own downfall. A man demands respect by nature. The second you feel disrespected, bro, is the second the relationship is going to end. So the second disrespect starts to happen, instead of giving them chance after chance after chance and letting it go on, hoping they change, I'm telling you guys right now, the exact thing you have to do is pull back. You have to pull back and almost make them beg for you to take them back or to even deal with them in the first place again. And you have to let them know how serious disrespect is, and that's after one time. And that's if you choose to want to do it. Because if you go back in and you think they might have learned their lesson, because sometimes you can correct it and sometimes they can learn from it, and it's almost like a dog that chews something and you spray that disgusting spray that you can buy, because if dogs chew stuff, I remember I had it for my dog when I was younger. We would spray it. It's like this icky spray. The dog tries to chew it again and it was disgusting. The dog put its mouth on it. Disgusting. The taste is horrible. I sprayed it in my mouth once before a game of softball when I was young. I was pretty well dying by it. It was disgusting. That shit tastes terrible. Like it's just this, like this sour, not sour, but just, it almost makes me gag just thinking about it. But yeah, sometimes, bro, you can stop disrespect quick in a woman. You can correct it. She might have just got out of hand, out of pocket. She was a bit emotional. Something happened. There's a shot, but there's a shot that the disrespect will never stop, and that is when a man has to walk away. And by nature, a high-value man is always going to walk away from disrespect because you're dealing with a woman who is probably wicked. It is what it is. And as we continue on here, respect for a man isn't negotiable. It's the foundation of a man's willingness to stay. Respect also means consistency. You can disrespect a man by not being consistent, by being all over the place, by one day you're on, one day you're off. That is not respectable. That is not a woman who can submit. That is a woman that is, not to be taken seriously. So respect is not negotiable. It is the foundation of a man's willingness to stay. So if a man has no problem leaving your ass, you best believe you did something wrong, young lady. You best can believe it, because you did. A woman who lacks will always find herself discarded. A woman who lacks it, a woman who lacks the ability to be able to respect a man, is always going to find herself discarded, replaced, and left. Wondering why no high value man wants her or will stay. Because some women, bro, they really think, oh, I'll just find another man. Maybe he wasn't good enough. All this stuff they want to tell themselves. Like, no shot. Women cope on so many levels. And that is a level they do cope on. Thinking they're just going to leave and find better because you're trying to correct them and they're doing shit that's wrong. So, no, they won't find better. They will absolutely not find better. They will find worse, and probably worse won't even deal with them. So, they're in for a stupid life, as God intended, because that's what they have chose. It's a woman's own choice. You can't force a woman to respect you. You can let her know what's right, what's wrong. You cannot force a woman to respect you, bro. The number 2 brutal truth that a man cannot ignore is when a woman weaponizes possessiveness. This is a good one, and I'm about to explain. A woman's instinct is to secure commitment. You guys have to understand that. If women are ever giving you guys a hard time, but they're dealing with you, it's not because they don't want commitment. They're testing the waters to see who you are. Is this guy just trying to clap my cheeks today? Is this guy just wanting to lead me on? And is he being real? Women want to know if you're being real. Women want to secure commitment. If you're dealing with her in the first place, she sees something in you, bro. She's not talking to you just to talk to you. She sees something in you. She probably sees forever in you. Women want to secure commitment. That is a woman's instinct, and it is in her nature to want commitment, to want to secure that with a high value man. So a woman's instinct is to secure commitment, but when it mutates into paranoia, and you guys know what I mean by that, right? When a woman mutates into paranoia, into a state of paranoia, because I have dated women like that. I have exes like that. Everything's going so well, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they're getting into this state of paranoia. They feel paranoid. Something like their mind goes into a million places. They're not listening to you no more. Something's going on. They're just going absolutely nuts. So when a woman mutates into paranoia and she tries to become controlling and she gets entitled, she will drive a man away very quick. A man is going to get away from that very, very quick. And you have every right to feel that way as a man, because a woman does not control no damn man. That is not how it goes. Women have to be calm. Women have to be submissive. Women have to be women. Not controlling, not paranoid, not possessive. If you're insecure, just say that. Because that is insecurities. I don't think these women are even purposely doing that or want to be that way. They would love to submit and just be submissive. They get that way because of insecurities, guys. Women get paranoid all of a sudden and they start to act completely different because they're becoming paranoid. This is where control comes in, and then this entitlement and all this controlling behavior. And it just annoys you. It's going to drive you away. It's like, what the hell? Like nothing even happened. They're just getting paranoid. So she will drive a man away. Checking a man's phone, intrigating his whereabouts, demanding exclusivity before proving her worth, only ensures she loses him. This is an insecure woman. And for her doing these things so quick, so fast, something's off. A man doesn't belong to any woman. No, no, no. Wrong. Bad dog. A man does not belong to any woman. Why do you guys think there's a saying out there called, she's for the streets? She's not for no man, she's for the streets. Because she's not for no man. Women are supposed to be for a man. Women are supposed to submit to a man. So when people say she's for the streets, that means she's for no man. She don't submit to no man. She's for the streets, guys. How many exes do you guys have? That's for the streets. She didn't submit to you. She probably self-sabotaged a relationship. She's on to something different. She was on to you at one point. Now she's on to something different. She's for the streets. She's not for the next guy either. She's for the streets. So let's get this clear. A man doesn't belong to any woman. She belongs to him if she's worthy. I'm telling you guys now, I'll be single, will never be married until the day I die. If God does not place a worthy woman in front of me, and no, I don't want no woman reaching to get after this. Trying to act like you're worthy or some shit. It happens all the time. Oh, man. A man doesn't belong to any woman. She belongs to him if she's worthy. I just lost my train there, but here we go again. The moment a woman attempts to cage a high-value man, she guarantees he will escape. Do not do that. Do not try to cage a high-value man who is making a dent in this universe. You hear me? Got it. Leaving her with nothing but regret. So once she guarantees he will escape, this leaves her with nothing but regret because of the way she got like and all that type shit. So don't do it. The thing women struggle with is they're just aloof. They're wanderers. They're Disney World adventurers in their own fucking soul. Like, they probably, bro, these types of women, man, they don't do well. They don't do well. They probably had a shit upbringing. That's the problem with the world today. That's the real problem with women. It's their upbringing, bro. I promise you guys. It's more that than it is social media. It's the people they were around. It's the connections they had when they were younger, more than it is even social media. There's women that don't even have a social media and they're messed up. I swear to God. And yeah, social media definitely didn't do any good for probably women's spirits, but social media has done nothing to men, bro. Nothing. It has done something to women, though. It has. And a bad upbringing also did something bad to women. So we are on to the third and final brutal truth that a man cannot ignore about a woman. And then we're going to get on to the conclusion, and that is the end of this video. So stay tuned for another second, guys, because this is good. The number 3 thing is sabotaging a man's mission. A man's purpose comes before any woman. That is a thing. That's in the last relationship I was into is what this girl did not understand. A man's purpose comes before any woman, and I even did good, bro. I even did a very good job of still doing even more for her than I should have. And it still is not good enough. That I'm telling you guys right now, that is when you got to get the fuck out of there. So a man's purpose comes before any woman, but a woman's purpose in life is her man. More than a woman's career, more than a woman's businesses. It sounds stupid to even say it. Kind of. Her man comes before all that stuff. Her family comes before all that stuff. But a man's purpose comes before everything else. Because it is a man's job and a man's duty to be that way. It is not a woman's job and duty to have a damn job and a career and you go girl type shit. And it's not that you can't have it. It's just that it's not the number one thing. Like, be quiet about your job. It's not that important. You want to make a little bit of money? Go ahead. Don't make it your whole life. When women make their career the forefront of their lives, and it's all they talk about, and all this stuff, super turn off. She should be talking about making love with you and everything else, but it's and not just that obviously, but like forming this emotional bond like further and further and further and further and further, and having a great bond with her, yourself, family, and all that other stuff. It's not about a woman's career and her putting that first and her leading with her such hard work and determination. How is that a turn on? It is not. We don't want to date no man, boy. So, a weak man will compromise. A strong man will walk away. When a woman starts to sabotage his mission, when a woman starts to get controlling, a strong man will walk away. A weak man will compromise. Oh no, baby, what are you gonna do? Get the fuck out of here, bro. A woman who demands attention constantly derails his ambitions. This will derail your ambitions. It literally happened to me, and no, I did not stand that. I got out. It started happening out of nowhere. I got out fairly quick. So, you cannot deal with women who demand too much attention constantly. It's a red flag. And here's the thing too. A woman who demands too much attention, if you don't give it to her, she's going to probably commit infidelity. She's probably going to start to gain other attention somewhere else to distract herself from her damaged life, and bad things are going to happen. So you guys got to avoid women like that, because it's going to derail you. It'll derail your ambitions. It'll derail your life. Or women who attempt to control your freedom, which is under the category of controlling. That is a liability. It is not a partner. That is a walking liability. She is not focused on doing the right things. A woman that is wired to entrap, restrict, and manipulate a man into submission will ultimately suffocate his potential. A real man will recognize this and cut her loose without hesitation. A real man never allows a woman to dictate his direction. And here is a conclusion for y'all. A woman who respects her man, supports his vision, and understands her place will be cherished. That's what women don't understand. Women want to be so controlling. They want to be paranoid. They want to do all this stuff. They want to nag you to fucking hell. And what they don't understand, if they could just chill out, they would be cherished. Because a woman who respects her man, a woman who supports a man's vision and understands her place, will be cherished. A woman who disrespects, sabotages, or controls him will be discarded in a flick. It's all bad. And sometimes women might not be doing every one of these things, although sometimes they are. Sometimes they might be doing one of these things. Sometimes a woman might just be controlling. A controlling woman will be discarded because she's not submitting to her man. You're controlling. You want the power. You want the control. You want the dominance. These women get paranoid. These women do some stupid, stupid stuff, guys. I'm telling you now, it's not good. So a woman who disrespects, sabotages, or controls a man will be discarded, and the choice is ultimately hers, because you can't make her not do those things. If she's going to do those things, she's going to do those things, and it's somebody you have to get rid of, bruh. You have to get rid of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this take. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to come follow me on Instagram. The exact same username is here on YouTube. Check out the links in the description box. And with that being said, God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.